Indiana just saying, allow me to introduce myself. Like, in Sig, we trust. I mean, Signetti, unbelievable, man. Just like the Signetti effect. Indiana, dude, 0-46 in top 5 games on the road. Some people kind of think that Indiana was cute last year. They were a pretty good team. They're better this year. I mean, we talked about the experience. They were more physical than Oregon. They were better on the line of scrimmage than Oregon. Like, just think about that for a second. Like, it was very interesting to watch them. I didn't think they'd hold up. I thought Oregon would be able to run the football, but they were absolutely able to hold up. They ran the football at them. The second half, they did a really good job protecting their quarterback and affecting Dante Moore. Dante Moore was sacked one time coming into this game. You want to know how good Indiana's defense is? Indiana got him 6 times. Dante Moore had 1 pick coming into this game. Dante Moore had 2 picks in this game. Like, Indiana is absolutely for real. We've been talking about them this year, and when you look at their schedule going forward, it's going to be nice. Like, it's going to be real nice. We talked about it last week with Oregon and how good they were looking. Oregon had 41 yards in the second half against Indiana. 41. And we talked about Oregon, and we talked about where could they possibly be attacked? Where could they be vulnerable? We talked about the cornerback position, freshman, redshirt freshman. Indiana attacked him out wide. They attacked him out wide like crazy. Great timing out wide. But you also see Mendoza's got a hose, man. Like, a good arm. Surratt was by far the best player on the field today. Like, he was the best playmaker for both sides, whether it was Oregon or not. Like, he and Mendoza on the same page, making plays, big time to watch. Oregon couldn't find a way to get it going because they couldn't protect their quarterback. Like, that was their big issue. And Oregon's stock now and their resume that you look at, like we kind of said, Penn State, like that's a great game, great barometer going across the country. Penn State lost again. Like, they lost again. They're one of a few teams in the history of college football to be 20-point favorites in back-to-back weeks and lose. And it's not pretty either because Drew Aller actually is out for the rest of the season too with an injury. But it was a great win for Indiana. It was a great game back and forth, but Indiana made the plays. They even handled, I thought they handled the adversity of the game really good too, because Oregon couldn't get anything going, like I said, in the second half. And then what happened? They get the pick 6, tie the game up. Indiana's like, been here, done that, bought the T-shirt and hat, and didn't get overwhelmed. The moment didn't get too big. And they're going to be a problem, man, because the way they protected up front their quarterback, the way they can run the football and have enough balance, the receivers that can win out wide right away. And then you saw in this game one thing that you better take note of that I think will be big moving forward for Indiana. Like, Fernando Mendoza can run the football when they need him to. In big moments, they can call QB draw. And he is a big hoss. Like, he's a big, strong dude with enough athletic ability. He can run the zone read like he did and pull it. Like those short yardage situations when everything gets very condensed and tight and you need that first down to get it going again, he absolutely can do it. He absolutely can do it. So 2 top 10 wins. I mean, that's incredible. Signetti, taking care of business. I think the stat I wrote down earlier today, like in the last last 60 years of Indiana football, they had like 7 weeks in the top 10. He's got 9. Brent, he's got 9 in his first in his tenure at Indiana, and Indiana's legit, man. Now you talked about putting Oregon in Penn. What are you doing with and Oregon's not out by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh,
Oregon's very much in
no.
this thing. But what are you doing with Indiana now? Are you
I
putting
think
them in the playoff in Penn now?
Oh, yes, 100%. I think they are one of those. Ohio State, Miami, Indiana. Those are my 3 teams at least. Now, Oregon's got a few things that they have to take care of. But you were talking about the top 10 piece. Sig has 2 top 10 wins in the last 3 weeks. Franklin has 2 top 10 wins in 9 years.
Is that good?
That's that's not good for one side if you're a Penn State fan, but just the response from Mendoza after the interception, the response from their team, because everything at that point was pushing the chips into the Oregon bucket, home field, just tied it up with a pick six, all that. And they go 12 plays, like 75 yards for a touchdown. Mendoza on that drive was 5 of 7 for 62 yards in the touchdown to Surratt. And like you said, Surratt was the best player on the field.
Best player on the field, dude.
The whole
It wasn't
game.
close. Like he went out wide consistently. And you talked about that drive. Every drive for Indiana was like that, though, Brent. Like every drive was 11, 12 plays. They have such good balance, and they got a quarterback that can sling it out wide. They just want to win right away. Like they'll take all of that stuff. And I can't believe defensively, though, I can't believe how much I didn't see Oregon's speed. Like Oregon's got speed all over the place, and you watch them and the tempo bothers people. And Dante Moore has one of the best pump fakes in all of college football where he does the dead leg and he goes. Like Indiana was perfectly okay with that because up front, they were whooping ace. Like they were kicking ace. And you know what? They got a bunch of guys that never freaking stop. They never stop. They literally just keep rushing. If they get blocked, they keep going. You got to stab them to kill them. They're really well coached on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and they absolutely give you nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And they do it unlike really any defense. And Gary Danielson, which we've talked to Gary on the here before.
Yeah.
You could just feel the energy of, hey, I actually get to call a big game again in his voice, like how dialed he was for that game to be on CBS. But he kept pointing out, and it was rightfully so, how much Indiana lives in their base personnel with 4 down and 3 backers. And those 3 backers are so good to be able to handle the speed and the RPOs.
They clean up everything.
That's unique. That's a unique thing in college football.
Well, but they also do a really good job of, and it's built in, you can tell. They do a really good job, even on first downs, the way they pressure the passer, they have the natural ability to loop. Like they'll start getting going a direction, and then they know they can loop, they can twist. They do such a good job getting free. But like Mendoza, I can't tell you how many times I counted just back there in the pocket like this, chilling. And Penn State, you didn't have that time to get, like Penn State didn't, like they were eating Penn State's offensive line for breakfast. Like it was actually kind of dinner, wasn't it? It was like a little lunch dinner. But they just kept getting pressure on the quarterback. Their stunts, Oregon stunts murdered Penn State. Indiana was good, man. Now listen, Indiana still has a lot of things will have to go right for them, specifically the injury bug. Like they can't get guys nicked up at
the receivers
because they don't have the receivers. They don't have the depth, but having multiple guys out wide that can win, having a quarterback that can spin it, that they can throw it, like Indiana's in a really, really good spot. And it's fun to watch a team that has very little history that like all of a sudden now can kick it in gear, can build it in 1 year, and now sustain it in year 2 in a very similar way.
And no spot on the field is off limits because of Mendoza's arm.
Hose.
Like all the stuff that they can do with the RPOs, like that's just it makes you that much tougher to defend because of his arm.
No doubt.